The Aqara G400 represents a chance for us Apple Home users to finally get the slim, sleek, powered doorbell that we've been wanting for years that works really well with Apple's HomeKit Secure video platform. In the past, we just had options like the Logitech Circle View doorbell that often flakes out on Wi-Fi and had a lot of overheating issues, or the Belkin Wemo doorbell, which also had issues for me on Wi-Fi and Belkin no longer really makes. And there's been options from Aqara like the G4 and the G410, but both of those have landscape video that doesn't give you the full vertical perspective you might want at a front door, and they're made for battery power, which is great, but if you have the power at your doorbell, you want to save that space and have a nice, sleek doorbell that looks really premium. So since I saw some of the early prototypes of the Doorbell G400 back at IFA Berlin last year, the anticipation for this doorbell has been building. Did Aqara finally make the doorbell that all of us Apple Home users have been wanting for years? And if they did it, because it looks like on paper that they did before the launch, why is Apple rumored to also be making a doorbell of their own? Stay tuned to the end where we'll talk more about that. But first, we have a lot of G400 to talk about. And while Aqara sent me the G400 ahead of the release date for free, this video is not sponsored. Taking it out of the box, the Doorbell G400 is a lot sleeker and smaller than previous Aqara doorbells. I love the new front button design. I think it makes it very clear where the user is supposed to press the doorbell, which on a lot of smart doorbells is hard to figure out. And like the prototypes foretold, if you remove the rubber cover in the back, you'll see that there is in fact a power over Ethernet port right here on the doorbell. So you're able to power this doorbell with standard doorbell wiring or with power over Ethernet, which is nice to have that flexibility. And of course, with power over Ethernet, that also connects your doorbell to your smart home with a hardwired connection. Now, if you do use standard doorbell wiring like I do, that'll be then connected to your smart home over Wi-Fi 6. So definitely great to see some upgraded Wi-Fi compared to a lot of other HomeKit Secure video doorbells. This doorbell also comes with a chime box, and we'll get to this chime box in a minute because it is very different than previous Aqara doorbell chime boxes. But you won't see anything to integrate this doorbell with your mechanical chime in your home. I'd love to see Aqara add an option to make this doorbell trigger a mechanical chime, but that you just have the chime box and triggering it through that speaker, and then any other integrations you make, let's say with Apple Home, to make noise when your doorbell rings. There are also the standard mounting plates for either a straight mount or also angling the doorbell toward your front door. Now, before we get to installation, you might want to make note of the different codes that are on the doorbell and may or may not be on the manuals with the doorbell. I got a early production unit which didn't have the QR code for Aqara or QR code for Apple Home on the manuals or somewhere outside of the product. That's fine, but I just took a picture of those codes in the back of the doorbell. That way, once the doorbell's physically on my front door, I can easily add it to my smart home. Okay, so this is the older G410 speaker, and you can see that the decals are here as opposed to being on the doorbell, because this is what talks to your smart home. Speaking of that installation, it was pretty straightforward. You just screw the plate onto your door, or you can use an adhesive pad by removing that sort of red adhesive cover on the back of the doorbell plate, then connected the doorbell to my front door's wiring. And you could use some extra wires Aqara supplies to give you some extra length and convenience in getting onto those screw contacts, but you could also just do what I did and hook the wires over the screw contacts and tighten them. Then snap the doorbell onto the front door mount, turn your circuit breaker back on, and you should have a powered and working doorbell. One little detail after installation that annoys me is how this adhesive backing is still slightly visible after mounting the doorbell. I don't want to take that adhesive backing off just to not be using the adhesive right now. And I can cut that off with a utility knife, but still, I shouldn't have to. That should be completely behind the mount. Now, if you've been following other Aqara doorbell installations, or you've already installed a different Aqara doorbell, you might be surprised that the chime box hasn't come into the picture yet. And that's because the chime box now is really just a speaker to make noise when you ring the doorbell. In fact, it's kind of optional for the most part, because the connection to your smart home is at the doorbell, not at the chime box like other Aqara doorbells. But to get started with that, adding it to your smart home, you just need to scan the Aqara QR code and then go through the setup in the Aqara Home app. Now, I really recommend doing this because Aqara has great firmware updates. They're always updating their devices with bug fixes, performance improvements, and sometimes also new features, which we'll get to in a minute. And that app will walk you through the setup of the doorbell as well as the chime box. Now, once you get the doorbell added in Aqara Home, you'll see a live view of the video. And because this doorbell, at least at launch, comes with a 90-day free trial of Aqara's Home Guardian cloud surveillance plan, that video feed is going to Aqara's servers. This doorbell can locally, with local AI running on the doorbell, detect things like people or animals or packages, and then record those clips with audio and save them for you for up to 90 days on Aqara's cloud. And then during times when there's no detections, or if you've turned off all of the detection types, it'll just log a time-lapse video. Right now, I haven't seen a way to opt out of this trial if you don't want any of your videos saved to Aqara's cloud. I've told Aqara about this and they said they're looking into it. There are also some other great features you get with the Aqara Home app, like managing recordings to a micro SD card, as well as little details like you can talk through the doorbell and even have it modify your voice if you want to do that.
This is the cloud voice. Don't make me use my robot voice.
But you can also just talk through your doorbell with the Apple Home UI. And that really gets me to adding this to Apple Home, right? You can add that from the Aqara Home app, but you can also use the QR code supplied on the device, then go through the setup process, add it to a particular room, turn on HomeKit Secure Video if you have a paid iCloud plan that supports it. And this means that then 1080p versions of clips of people and packages and vehicles that are detected by your Apple Home Hub are then recorded to iCloud or Apple servers. Now, those don't count against your iCloud storage limits, but it is sort of tiered with your iCloud plan in terms of how many cameras can you have on HomeKit Secure Video. One other detail about HomeKit Secure Video that I love is if you have an iCloud photo library where you've categorized faces, then the doorbell can use not only your iCloud photo library, but if you authorize it, other members of your family's iCloud photo libraries as well to recognize faces of who's at the door. Those names also come through in notifications as well as even announcements on things like your HomePods. Not to mention if someone rings your doorbell and you're watching your Apple TV, you'll see a nice HUD there pop up to show you who's at the front door. Now that 1080p limit is a downside here because this has a 2K vertical video sensor. This is Aqara's first doorbell to have vertical video where it gives you a 2:3 aspect ratio vertical 2K image so you can see fully head to toe who's at the front door. I found the Aqara G400 to be pretty good as far as this is concerned, but it still had a landscape aspect ratio of more like 3:4, and so it would still lose some details, especially when someone's right at the door. Speaking of the video quality, unlike the Aqara G5 cameras as well as the Logitech Circle View, this doorbell does not have color night vision. It still has black and white infrared night vision, but it looks pretty good, as does the color daytime footage. Now, another place where Aqara is integrating their video footage from their doorbells is with the Aqara W200 thermostat. We saw a preview of this at CES this year, where if you ring an Aqara doorbell, you can see snapshots of the person at the front door on the W200 thermostat. But at the time of this recording, the W200 thermostat is not yet released, so we'll see more details as that gets launched. Now, I've been talking about this chime box, and I wanted to clarify another detail about how it works with sound selection, because one of the cool details that Aqara added here is that there's buttons on the top of the chime box to select the doorbell sound you want. So you can cycle through different doorbell sounds, and I apologize to any dogs who happen to be watching with their owners for this segment, but you can hear the different doorbell sounds and then choose one that you and your family like best. Now, if you dig around in the settings of the Aqara Home app, you'll also see that this doorbell supports RTSP, which is a way to share a live preview of the video to a network attached storage device or some other device that can record or deal with RTSP video to give you a preview of the doorbell somewhere else in your home. And while Aqara has launched Matter 1.5 support with their G350 camera, which I'll be talking more about here on the channel, there's no word on Matter support for this doorbell that I've heard. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Matter 1.5 support for the video in this doorbell at some point, but don't count on future software updates. The real question is this doorbell right with its current feature set, which is what you should evaluate it on. And so thinking big picture on this doorbell, I recently made a video on the Aqara U400 smart lock. This is an ultra wideband smart lock that works with Apple HomeKit ultra wideband. So you just walk up to the door with your iPhone or Apple Watch and boom, the door unlocks. I think that lock is really the smart lock to beat, especially for Apple Home users. Not to mention that it's getting Aliro support, so it'll work with more smart home systems over time with that ultra wideband feature. But in using this doorbell, I find it to be the best option for most people who want that same kind of best Apple Home experience with a doorbell. I would love if it had some kind of integration with mechanical chimes. I would love for it to have color night vision, but those are details. I think overall, the whole package is a very good product and one you wouldn't regret putting on your front door. I also think it's good that Aqara made this doorbell not be a smart home hub. You're not adding lots of accessories to your front door doorbell to have them controlled. They went with a smaller, sleeker package without adding that smart home hub functionality of a Zigbee and Thread radio. So maybe if you're looking at this doorbell and then you're thinking, well, what about if Apple makes a doorbell down the road? As is rumored. Why is Apple still making a doorbell? Well, I think comparing this G400 to something like the Logitech Circle View, the Logitech Circle View is purely an accessory made for your Apple Home. It has an Apple HomeKit code. It had some hardware issues when it launched, but it also has really great video quality. It integrates with mechanical chimes. And I think that Apple sees an opening in the market for something that is purely Apple focused as a doorbell. And while you're going to get great Apple integrations with the G400, you're going to get a lot more and a lot extra on top of that with a G400. And I think for a lot of people, that's great. But just keep in mind, it's probably not the Apple purist, ultra minimalist experience that you might wish for if you have a Logitech Circle View right now or thinking about maybe Apple's future doorbell. And I think the other side of this to consider as well as you're looking at different doorbells is Aqara has made a really great system of different smart doorbells, smart locks, and now a smart thermostat that all work together, not to mention their other hub of automation. And so, while Aqara isn't the only company out there to do this, you can get a lot of great integrations by just going with their hardware for the doorbell, the lock, and potentially the thermostat. We'll see how that performs. Subscribe if you don't want to miss a video on that thermostat. And let me know down in the comments, what do you think about the G400? What questions do you still have about this doorbell? Are you considering it? Did you already order it? Of course, there'll be a link at the top of the description if you're interested in checking it out. And if you're interested in Aqara home products, I have a playlist link right here with all kinds of different Aqara reviews that I've done on this channel, as well as another video over here that YouTube thinks you'll like. Thanks again so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.